Hey everyone, I just wanted to quickly go over how my bad apple display works in Factorio and how you can get this in your own world if you'd like. Um, if you don't really care about how it works, you can just skip forward to the section in the video where I talk about how to import the blueprint. But yeah, so to talk about my display, I think it's best to start off with like the very simple, like a single lamp and how it's controlled. So in the release of Space Age, we received packed RGB. I believe this is in vanilla as well, but it was just given to us on release of Space Age. So you can go in here, click always on, and use color, and then you can click packed RGB. So what this does is you can control the color of this lamp to be whatever color you want, as long as it's like you can make it in hexadecimal. And then we convert that hexadecimal to decimal. So let me demonstrate this for you real quick. So I want to create a signal using pipes. Okay, so we have a pipe signal right here, and I can go to this constant combinator to output that signal right here. And then I can say here, okay, so let's say I want purple. So I have purple here, which is 9D00FF in hexadecimal. And if you don't know what that is, you can just Google a color, purple in hexadecimal, and it should tell you. And then we're going to take that number, and we're going to go to our calculator. So make sure you switch your calculator to programming. We're going to go to hexadecimal, input 9D00F, and then we're going to go into decimal right here. So this is the value that we want. So we'll copy this, come to our circuit right here, and then we're going to change the value to be 10 million. Make sure to remove the commas, and then when I hit check mark, boom, we have purple right here. So using a single signal from this constant combinator, we can control this lamp. Now you might already kind of see where we're going with this. We can also control multiple signals with this. So I might do this, and then I can just copy that. So now we have purple here, but I can also say, let's do the heart symbol, but let's make it rare quality. Okay, so now I can come in here, heart symbol, rare quality, and then I can set this to be whatever I want. That should be maybe one more? Yeah, 6.5 million. So now we get something green. I don't know what this actually is in hexadecimal, but I'm assuming it's something green. So you can kind of see how powerful this is. We can control an entire display this big using a single combinator, which is really cool. So there's 650 unique different signals, but with the introduction of quality, we can recircle through every single thing using all the different quality elements. So we can have rare, we can have epic, and even legendary. So the 650 signals now becomes 3,200 roughly, which is really cool. So we can control an entire display this big, which is, I believe, 66 by 49, by a single combinator. Really cool. So now what we can also do is we can say, hey, I want this frame to be equal to 66. So if frame is equal to 66, we'll output all of these different values. And then we can control what color we want them to be, which is really cool. So now you might be wondering, okay, that's really cool. So each one of these is of one frame, but how do you get the actual movie inside every single one of these combinators with their own different frames and their own different colors? And so what you can do, you can come in here If you've ever used blueprints before, you'll notice that you use this string right here. So all this is just encoded JSON. So what you can do is you can go into your code and you can decode this JSON. So what I did there is I decoded it and I saved it to this JSON file right here. So you can see the blueprint, all the icons, the names, all the different entities that we use, the number of entities, their location, their control behavior, their outputs, everything. You can control absolutely everything with this information, which is really, really cool. So what I wrote is I made a script that imports a movie. So I import the Bad Apple movie, and then I look through every single frame. And then I assign every single frame a signal. And then I say, okay, okay, Python, what is the pixel here? And it says, oh, this is the value. And then I say, okay, wooden box with value 0, or now 16 million because it's white. Now it's black. So I can do that for this combinator. And then I can go on to the next frame. And I can do the exact same thing for every single pixel. And so you just do that over and over and over and over again until you have the entire movie. And so that's basically how this works. Now, you might be wondering, how can I get this in my world? And I have a couple warnings before you decide to want to set this up. The first thing is, this is 27 different imports. So I have this in sections like this right here. Because if you were to try to load the whole thing, it will crash your game. So if you don't want to spend about 20 minutes working on getting this set up, this might not be for you. But because you could not possibly paste this into your computer. I mean, who knows? Like you might be able to. You might have a much better computer than I do. But like my computer struggles a little bit to do this one segment. So this might take you a minute. Another thing to think about is electricity or power. So I am using a global electric network. You could get the same effect on a spaceship if you wanted. But if you wanted this to be on like a planet, you'd have to somehow like set up like power stations throughout here. Yeah. So like you'd have like substations kind of like scattered throughout here, or however you cleanly decide to set that up. So that's something to consider as well. And then you'd have to hook up like the display like to make sure it's like going past it. But yeah, just something to consider, as well as all of these combinators. You'd have to have them powered as well. So the different displays you can find in my GitHub, which I will link in the description and potentially pin in the comment as well. So this has all 27 different segments that you'll import, as well as a clock and a display. The display is really simple. You just copy and paste it wherever you want. And then to hook up the display, you hook a wire from this. It is red. You could redo this to green if you wanted, to the front of any of these decider combinators, and that should work for that. The clock is also really simple. You just paste it, and then the output is right here, this combinator, and then you just hook it up to the back of any of these decider combinators. Okay, and now this part might take a little bit as well. I apologize in advance. This is a prototype. These are not wired up together yet. So I'm going to teach you how to wire them real quick. So take any combinator and then put one below it. And then you're going to take the front and connect it to the front, and the back and connect it to the back. And you'll take that. And then I pasted the first section, but it's 49 tall. So you can come in here like that. And then you can check. Yep, this is 49 tall. So now they're all connected to each other like that. So now copy all 49 of these, paste them into the back like that. And then you're going to copy the front to the front and then the back to the back. So now these two are connected to each other. So now you copy all of these, and then we're going to paste 5 rows because that, or 5 columns, because that's how many is in the blueprint. So now you want to copy your power grid, or not if you're not using a power grid. And then you're going to copy one of these, and then you're going to paste it right here. And then again, front to the front, back to the back. And then you can copy these, and then of course, make 27 of these. And then what you might want to do is label each one of these sections. I have like this is a start, and so this is a start and this is a stop. So I know where to paste them in between here. Because now you have all these blank combinators with nothing in them. You'll just want to paste on top of them the what's it called? The blueprint. Where is it? Did I close it? Yeah, there we go. So we'll take this first right here, and then we'll copy raw file right here, and then we'll import the string. You paste it, import, and then we'll put it on top of that right there. So now you can see that it has all of the different values right here. And so that's segment 1, and then you'll do segment 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 27. But yeah, that should be basically everything you need to know to get this set up. If you want it to only play once, you can remove that one at the bottom. But other than that, if you wanted to just constantly keep playing, leave it there. But yeah, I think I covered everything. If you have any further questions or having a hard time setting it up, I could probably jump in a Discord call with you, get it set up. But yeah, leave a comment if you have any questions. Otherwise, yeah, thanks for watching.